Hello, everybody. Oh, let me edit up the audio here. Okay, yeah, you should be able to hear us fine.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. Hi, we got lots of folks in the comments. Hello to everyone catching the replay, and welcome to the official unboxing of the March 2023 second anniversary Sam's Bead Box.
You got it.
Every word. I didn't even practice that. Our theme is, you have to say the theme.
And the theme is the beauty of time.
I'm Sam of Sam's Bead Shop. This is my sister Rachel, Rachel Siegel. We also have the lovely Rachel Mouse in the shop, but that is a different Rachel, lovely Rachel.
And every month, Sam and I design a brand new box to share with everyone, a new theme and a whole new bunch of goodies, curated mix of check glass, gemstones, and some really cool metal components as well, high quality ones. And this month, that is a very special component of this box.
Absolutely. So this was our 25th box we've put together, which is wild because each year we're year one 12 boxes, year two 12 boxes. This March box marks the beginning of the third year of Sam's Bead Box, which is box number 25. So we have lots of theme ideas for the year ahead. Sometimes we have moments of like, what are we going to do? And then now we're at a place of like, we have
too many ideas.
We have too many ideas. So there's gonna be so much inspiration coming your way this year. Lots of celebrations this month. Like you can mark your calendars for a week from Monday. We've got lots of bead friends from Tierra Cast and Softflex.
Some of our YouTube friends.
Our YouTube folks are all Neela, I think you said, gonna pop up. Danielle, like lots of folks are gonna pop on for a full celebration. So that's a week from Monday at 2 o'clock Pacific. Today we're unboxing the March 2023 box, which is the anniversary box. Some folks asked us when are we getting the anniversary box. The March box there's no like extra box. This is the anniversary box.
Yeah.
So we've designed it in mind, knowing that it would be our anniversary box and wanted to be a little extra special. So we did an anniversary box last year that was called Sam's Favorites. And I think some folks thought that this would just be Rachel's favorites.
We'll have to do that next year.
I don't even remember that being on our idea list. It's such a good idea.
We get so many ideas from all of you, so thank you.
So we actually came up with the design a little different way. Do you want to share about that?
Yeah, we brainstormed in all sorts of places. Several months back, we were taking sort of a lunch break, but I don't know if it's really a break if we're talking about the box, but we took a little lunch break at one of our favorite Vietnamese restaurants. We're both eating some delicious bowls of pho, chatting about like, all right, what should be our boxes this spring? What are some new ideas? And I think you at first came up with like, we should do something with a lot of metallics.
Yeah, I remember drafting like this mood board.
Maybe at first it also had neutrals in it as well.
It was a very metallic, bronzy copper. I was like, how many metallics can I put in one? And I had sent that draft to Rachel.
And I started playing around with that, finding some beads. And then as I was in my exploration, I started thinking like, okay, what is so cool about what's something, I don't know, somehow I stumbled upon the idea of how copper patinas over time and just how gorgeous it is in all the ways that it transforms and all the different forms that it has. So I think I came back to you with that idea, and it wasn't a hard sell. Rachel basically proposed copper in all forms, and I said, I know it's not hard to convince you of that.
I am a copper lover. I just adore. I buy my copper wire by the pound, and I absolutely adore it. And so I think we thought this was fitting for the anniversary box because like, it is all about how copper ages over time. And we're thinking about the beauty of time, the beauty as our box has its next anniversary. So I know it felt fitting. So here is.
Oh, we're revealing it all right. There you go.
Because I want to see the vision of what all those ideas became.
Okay.
So
we can either just show it from here or we can move it over onto that one.
Yeah, we'll show it and then we can kind of go through each item. But this is the vision of the March box. So called Beauty of Time. It has a mix of your bright metallic elements.
Yeah, the bright new raw copper.
Like imagine like copper sheeting, bright copper wire. It hasn't really been touched by the elements yet in its like raw form. And then as it starts to age, copper can kind of head in multiple ways. Often initially it will start to just naturally darken. So even these are metallic coatings on beads. These could also themselves darken over time. So you have our brights start to take you into some of these darker tones that we pulled in through kind of some Picasso.
Yeah,
I remember if we also have dark copper. I guess it doesn't really exist as a coating, but that's why we did the Picasso.
Yeah, so the Picasso, this is a clear crystal glass. Picasso is the coating on top. I know not everyone's familiar with that word, but that's what's adding that aged brown kind of worn feel. And that one we got a little bit of both, the copper and that.
And then a whole other side of the box is verdigris.
Yeah, because then as it patinas, it just completely changes color, and you start having these like kind of these greens and these blues. And so we were particularly inspired by like the mint green tones, those lighter green tones.
Mint.
Yeah, it also just felt like a good time for that as we're like heading into spring. Like these light, happy green colors seem like a lovely choice. And so you'll see these mint green tones, but then we also have these like green kind of Picasso luster tones mixing in, bringing that sort of darker green look. Yeah. I don't know, there's a lot of, it feels cohesive, but yet there's a lot of variety in this box, which is, I really like.
Yeah, I love that the verdigris let us bring in some of that mint tone. So let's dive in and take a look at each bead and kind of give you a little bit a sense of why we picked it. And just can kind of tell you how obsessed we are with certain elements of this box.
Yeah.
Because we do put a lot of time into picking every single item that goes into the box.
And I have laid it out in the order that it is on the on our we do an insert every month where we list out every item in the box. And actually new this month is we're adding the retail value. So you can know exactly how much each bead is worth, how much we will sell it in our shop on its own. That's how we get to that overall retail value. Yeah,
that was the feedback we've kind of gotten over time, and we kind of started to figure out how we could add that, because it helps a lot with when you start pricing the jewelry you make with the box, when you don't know exactly how much each bead necessarily costs.
But you're getting it for less than that because if you're a subscriber of the box.
That's true. I guess you could figure out what the % discount that month is. Yeah. And use those numbers. So Rachel, where shall we begin?
Let's start at the top here with, I think, Sam's favorite bead of the box.
I was tempted just to take all of them for myself.
Yep.
And I could imagine a whole door hanging of crystal copper beads.
I mean, this is like the most classic check glass shape of fire polished, fasted round, but with that crystal and the half copper coating, it really sparkles.
Yeah. We should announce as we get going, our little bonus today is that you actually can shop all of the extras right now.
Yeah.
Which has never been the case. We early released every single March extra, which is super exciting.
We had at least a little bit of every single item.
That's amazing. So right from our copper into copper wash over some beautiful like turquoise tone.
This is a green turquoise glass. This is the Starburst Oval.
As you'll see, we really tried to pick out motifs that felt less natural. I think how would you put it?
Yeah, it was a lot about like very architectural, like inspired by architecture and geometry. So you'll see a lot of, both round and angular shapes, but a lot of just like geometric forms. And a little bit like kind of what my thinking was behind that is like, we sort of, as humans, as people, we create these things in the world. We create architecture. We create all these pieces that like kind of look like one color at the beginning, and then they transform over time. These things that we create, and just like things don't stay exactly the same as when we first made it, and how like special that is. So I try to bring in things that almost felt a little bit man-made. I know, the most famous kind of verdigris thing would be the Statue of Liberty, which was not that green color when it first arrived to America.
Yeah, so that oxidized because of all the moisture of being in the New York Harbor. It turned into the tone that it's now famous for.
Yeah.
And so that's the tone that you'll see featured in some glass beads, including this glass mix we put together.
Yeah, we did a couple of glass mixes, which is something we can do because we custom produce a lot of the beads for the box. They're made to order for us. So for this one, we combined a teal opal and a mint silk glass.
Oh my goodness.
So each bead looks a little different, which is really cool.
You never, when we order the custom mixes, you never exactly know what's going to turn out.
Yeah.
You have an idea, and these are so special.
These
really remind me of vintage glass when they did these really cool combinations. So love that we were able to bring that back. And Debbie said, can you still get this box? So you can. We have some, Billy, you said we have some extra boxes, right?
Only a couple dozen.
No way.
I think, or maybe a little over. Like it wasn't even, maybe it was 3 dozen, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you can get the box, we think, at this moment. If you go to our website or on the Sam's Bead Shop app, you can purchase the whole box for $65, and it has $85 retail value of beads. That's at samsbeadshop.com. But if you would like to get future boxes at the best price, you can subscribe now, and you would get April box as your first box, and that's only $49. It's like $15, $16 less. It is a mystery. That's part of why you get a little extra discount each month. It's a mystery theme every month, but we try to really keep it fresh for you.
Yeah. All right, next is our other mixed glass. This one we mixed mint opal and clear crystal. Great, this really like light feeling spacer. Has a nice airiness to it.
And Sarah's asking if we can give sizes as we go.
Of course, yeah. Thanks for the reminder. These ones are 4mm. The last struck rounds were 8mm.
Cool. Will you give us the full details? I feel like I want to know how long the strand is.
Sure,
I want to know all the details.
All right, I am happy to. These are the 4mm Druck rounds in the mint opal with clear crystal, and it is a 80-piece strand.
Look at that, y'all.
we went quite long for this one, so you got plenty to work with.
That's cool. I don't usually see check strands that long. In fact,
yeah, we went fun. For it.
And I believe these 2 rounds were about 8mm. And how big were this ovals?
That one is 11 by 13.
Awesome. Next up.
Yeah, we're starting with all of our stranded pieces. We have a really nice collection of them. These are our check glass petal leaves in a copper crystal mix. They're 9 by 12mm, and it is a 10-piece strand with some matching spacers.
I hope you guys can see on the screen.
I think on one side you're seeing that like flat copper, and then on the other side you're seeing the copper through the crystal, and it has that kind of globe effect.
Yeah, these are ones I really wanted for the box. We've had like a similar type item in the shop in the past, and I just fell in love with the copper over crystal. It was so elegant, and it was perfect for a coppery theme, which is also in our next bead. Lots of copper. I am in dreamland.
These have quickly become a favorite at the shop. These are one of our like mini check glass English cuts in the 3.5mm size. We did that same crystal copper combo. These are 50-piece strand. I think this was one of the first colors we actually had in the shop, and it went so quick. So I love that like now everyone gets one.
Yay.
Who's a subscriber. And someone asked if they just signed up for the box like yesterday, today, will they get the March box? And you will get the April box as your first box. If you want this March box, head over to samsbeadshop.com. And at least for now, there are some extras of the March box.
Yeah.
Bringing in our first gemstone. This is grade A Prehnite round. It is about 8mm in size, and it is a 7-inch strand.
So this Prehnite's a form of quartz, and it has these inclusions in it that give it its lovely colors. They're actually dark green inclusions in the quartz. If I have white background, we can kind of see it a little bit more clearly. See some of that lovely color. Hope it's
I really like
that's dark
just
today.
All the variation and all the detail in those beads. I think it just went with our theme of how, I don't know, just how things evolve over time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
there we go. That'll brighten things up. There you go.
All right. And now we have a really cool piece. We have lava stone. We did a mixed strand with both brown and the mint green together. Isn't that a fun combo?
So yeah, we custom designed this, and it came out so nicely.
It's lovely.
If I do so myself.
Yeah.
like, I love that you get 2 different beads on the strand and they go so nicely together. We also went for a higher grade lava stone that you might be used to seeing. This higher grade one had a little extra polish on it that made them more even in sizing. There's like the more typical lava stone tends to be a lot more porous and kind of rough in texture.
Yeah.
And I remember when we were selecting it, we liked the ones that had this more smooth finish. So you still get the porous effect that's in the bead naturally. But a
little more regular.
A little more regular. It's just a little bit, just that little extra step of quality we wanted on those.
Wonderful. All right, our last stranded item would be check glass saucers in what we call Picasso window, which is that clear crystal glass with that brown Picasso coating over it. These are 2.5 by 6 millimeters. So that means 2.5 millimeters thick, 6 millimeters round, and they're a 50-piece strand.
Isn't Picasso coating just the most gorgeous, y'all? Like, what?
I mean, it really like looks like you're looking through this like gorgeous window of how it lets the light through.
It's like stained with a beautiful like, brown.
Exactly, yeah.
So we finished. I don't know if we've ever had this many strands in the box.
Yeah, it might be a record. I don't know. It's definitely a lot of them. And you'll notice that these were all loose in the bag this month. And one thing that's cool about that is we're able to save a little bit more plastic, kind of reduce our footprint a little bit more with the box.
So I'm very curious. What people think. Also, I love receiving beads on strands. I think it's really nice to see how the bead really lays. So let us know what you think of having more stranded items this month, and then if you were able to follow the key that Rachel made with the stranded selections all being there at the top of your item list, so you could hopefully pair them up with what they are.
Yeah. All right, now we're going into our additional selections. This one is one of the focals for the box. It is a starburst coin in rustic Picasso copper, 18 millimeters in size, and you get a 5-piece set.
Gosh, these came out so nicely. A custom bead we had done for the shop. And the combination of this is the Picasso and the copper really brings out some of the ideas of the theme.
That's going to be a great focal piece, like to use a few of those in a necklace together.
Absolutely.
I mean, use one for each earring. Like, there's a lot of ways. I'm so glad we were able to do 5 pieces. Oftentimes when like we're not able to include that many pieces when it's when it's that big. But I love that we were able to include 5 of them.
I love 5s for a focal set.
Yeah.
Like, what a lovely start to a necklace there. How gorgeous is that? Oh my God,
with some dangles. Oh my.
Yep.
We're going to be making after this, right?
We're going to do a little mini design on the fly. We better take a look at all these beads.
I know, so many more. All right, these are check glass carved bicones in crystal bronze luster, 8 millimeters, 10-piece set.
There's a great shine to them.
I thought the kind of all that carving just has so much great texture. It makes them so shiny and lustery. Really cool piece.
You got the fluting and the faceting and the finish. These are some premium check glass.
Absolutely.
Gorgeous.
Here are check glass heart leaves. This is a really special shape of check leaves. These ones are clear crystal copper, 9 by 11 millimeters, an 8-piece set. So you will notice we do have like 2 different like leaves, kind of natural elements in the box. Obviously I was saying it was bringing all these lot of man-made forms, but also in architecture, there often are very like stylized form of nature, especially like you think of Art Deco and other styles of architecture and design, like
filigree.
Yeah, they bring in natural elements, but they often do it in a more stylized approach. And I thought these beads did a nice job of kind of showing that.
They remind me a lot of like grape leaves, which I obviously have their own associations with the wine industry and everything to do with that sort of like enjoy that fun time.
Leisure and pleasure.
Exactly.
All right, let's keep another focal.
And it's table cut. So shout out table cuts, because table cuts are like a premium check offering. They're done in these small batches with a grinding stone. They glue on each bead on a little tray, grind it down, have to remove that sticky, flip them over, re-glue them back down, grind them again. It's like, it takes forever, and it ends up being this beautiful bead that cuts away the finish on the bead to reveal what the original base gloss was.
So yeah, this one had that mint silk glass that had been, they fully covered it in that Picasso coating and then table cut some of that coating away to reveal it in that such a cool shape.
And how big are these guys?
These are 15 millimeters. You get a 3-piece set of the rustic table cut squares.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. I already see a pair of earrings with these potentially.
And that being like maybe the matching focal on a bracelet.
And that's a new shape for the box as well.
It is.
And so is the next one.
Yeah, another square, which I think is kind of nice to have some of these elements that kind of speak to each other. These are the table cut spiral squares in rustic mint silk Picasso, 9 millimeters in size, 7-piece set.
Oh, these are so fun. So these are drilled, little squares drilled across. So you could even just make these into a really cool bracelet. Wow. And the geometry on this is so cool.
Yeah, they're really, really cool pattern that they have there.
So, and that's another table cut this month.
And the mint really pops. Yeah. All right.
Guys, look at these beads.
Look at these lentils. These are in a green and white stone Picasso mix, 9 millimeters in size, and you get about 18 pieces.
Yeah, do not walk, run if you would like extras of these. This we got as a special closeout like ages ago.
Yeah, I picked these out at a warehouse myself.
And we've been waiting for the right moment to use them, and like we're like, wait, it's white and mint and covered in Picasso. So when these are gone, they are gone.
Yeah.
And they're stunning, top drilled with 9 millimeter lentil. Like great
dangle option, right?
Yeah, as simple as putting a jump ring through that hole, or you can just do a wire wrap loop through that hole. Dangle from earring, make dangles for a necklace. These are gonna be really, really fun. Let's see, I'll keep these guys.
Cool. Next up is a check glass bicone right over here. Oh, Sam, try again.
My bad. I'm just reaching for beautiful beads.
I know, follow the path. Here are check glass bicones in green Picasso luster, 8 millimeters, about 25 pieces. Sam wants to go on his own journey through the beads.
Let's see if I can get some light on these guys.
You can see that those greeny brown tones in there. I think you can see more with your hand, not there.
I know. Yeah. Everything's very dark today. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But so
we're very bright.
We're very bright. Let me zoom in a bit here for now.
Cool. Give them a close up. I know this is a really unique shade of green. Like green luster has that kind of Picasso brown tone to it, and so that sometimes that can make it tricky to work with, but it actually made it so perfect for this box.
Yeah.
That kind of natural element to the green.
And another new shape for the box that is like particularly striking check shape.
With
like
a lot of detail.
A lot of detail. This one's much newer to the check scene.
Yeah, a new mold, a new design. These are check glass sailboat medallion in rustic Picasso mint. So it has that mint wash. They are 19.5 millimeters in size, and you get a 2-piece set. So yes, it's letting light through because it's that clear crystal glass with all those layers on top.
That verdigris that makes it so perfect for a nice rustic looking piece.
I feel like as I read the names of these beads, like the color names, it all almost sounded the same. Like, I'm saying copper and Picasso and mint, but that's because like we wanted it to feel so cohesive. We have another Prehnite selection. These are fasted irregular tubes. They range in size from about 6 millimeters in width to about 9 by 11 millimeters in length. It's a 10-piece set, and they have that kind of free-form shaping, irregularity to them.
But they still are faceted, so they have a nice shine to them. They have these long style facets drilled lengthwise. So we really thought that shape would be very nice to design with, because it'll really start to fill your strand in a nice direction. And of course, we have the second Prehnite element as well.
Yeah. All right, our last couple of things here, our last bead, I guess, would be the check glass smooth ovals in that same green Picasso luster. These are 9 by 11.5 millimeters, about 20 pieces. That smoothness, look at that reflects the light.
Very elegant.
Little drops of check beads.
And luckily, they're a little brighter in person, so
they
just have great quality, and they should match the bicones pretty nicely as well. And kind of mix them together.
Everything has like a partner to go with it, like so you could like separate them out and kind of just do matching, or or put complementary things together. All right, I can't believe we waited to the end for this.
What do we have for this? What is this? What is this last collection?
Well, tell us, Sam. What is this?
So, I first got some of these Greek medals for the shop years back. It's been a bit since we've had them, so they're all made in Greece, and they have all these. They make all these beautiful designs, and they come in a few different platings. So, I knew that they had a. I think they call it like a green patina, but basically means verdigris finish that they do on these lovely components. So we made a whole collection of 4 different ones for this box. So I had to grab some of these that I fell in love with years back. They were able to make this design for us again.
Yeah, it's that like stained glass window design. Like it just looks like it's like the dome in a church, or it's so cool.
So like it could be earrings, but it could also be a really
multi-strand necklace, or
multi-strand necklace or bracelet. Like even that as a bracelet. Imagine how gorgeous that would be.
Yeah.
So a lot of design potential with those.
Yeah, we had to include quite a few pieces of metals because that's just like this box is about metals.
Yeah. We want you to have a clasp as well.
So you've got a button that you could use as part of a toggle design. It's got 2 holes there right in the center.
And it's actually kind of a wavy design.
Mm-hmm. That one is, the button is 16 millimeters in size. The stained glass window chandeliers were 16 by 26 millimeters.
Usually we have just 2 metals we're able to include in the box, but we were able to do 4 this month. So here's another pair.
Yeah, of floral links in 12 by 19 millimeters.
Aren't they stunning? I mean, that's just instant earrings right there.
Oh, absolutely. And they call back to that design in the chandeliers. So they would go great in a set.
Which bead am I going to steal?
I know, what are we about to make?
Make some quick earrings or something. I'm already feeling.
Hey, we're right on time. We're going to have enough time to get started with something, with the project. All right, our last bead in the box is our coat of arms 2-hole bead. So it has that kind of coat of arms shield look to it.
Yeah.
It has 2 holes in it.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of designed as a slider bead. So you're basically your necklace strands would come down into it, and then could come below it.
Kind of like to form a tassel.
Yeah, and then if your cord thickness is right, you can use it as a slider bead to open and close your necklace. Obviously, that's just one way to use it.
You could use it on like a 2-stranded bracelet.
Oh,
that could be the focal piece for
that would be stunning.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I would love that to see that.
There's different options for it. And there we go.
And there is our March.
I really love this box.
I love it too. I hope you all love it too. It's just like so nice when it finally comes together.
Yeah, it just clicks.
So that is our anniversary box. We hope it really gets you inspired, and just we had a good challenge starting with Wendy. She's like, what if you use the entirety of a bead box? So I already know some folks have taken on Wendy's challenge. Wendy's going to she said she's going to try making jewelry sets with her anniversary box and see what she can make from her box, because this amount of beads goes pretty far usually. And to help you out, we have a few design elements to go with that we're going to shout out.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot.
But then we got to design on the fly.
Making. Yeah.
So we're just going to shout out our add-ons. First up would be our seed bead palette. So you can kind of see.
Yeah, these are Toho seed beads. And we have one version in the 8/0 size and one in the 11/0 size. The only difference is one of these is frosted and one of them's not. But besides that, they're basically the same. So
you got your clear crystal with a copper.
We brought in some luster turquoise for that kind of the blue accents in the patina. We have our mint green, and these are permafinish galvanized, like super special color and finish.
That's a nice green for these.
I know, I couldn't believe I found that match. And then you have the Picasso.
Well, these are fabulous. So Toho, made in Japan.
High quality seed beads.
Awesome. Can we see our custom silver silk?
Yeah.
So we had fun with Nile this month. So
these I think are my favorite collab to date with him.
So we we kept things elegant for our flat mesh. So you can think of this as like a flat ribbon, super strong metal wire ribbon. And so these are actually 2 different colors you get in one pack. You get
the bright copper and you get the antiqued copper. So I don't know, we thought it'd be cool to have that combo. So depending like which beads you're pairing it with, you can choose the right shade, or use both of them together.
Gosh, those would be fun. So we also sell some TR Craft crimp ends in the shop that go nicely. We've done a tour with Neely, kind of demos how to use them properly. Neely also sells some custom findings you can get directly from him as well. And we didn't stop there. We also did pipe chain
in 2 custom colors.
So these are 2 you will not find from Silver Silk directly. Neely makes these custom for us. We design them together. So what color combo do we have here?
We have a dark brown tube with that bright copper on top. So this is kind of a variation if you know his bronzite color. This is with a bright copper on top of it instead of an antique to give it a different look. And then we have his green turquoise tube with the antiqued copper on it.
Yeah, both of these are going to be really nice. Yeah, these are going to be really
I
nice.
love that pack. I'm obsessed.
So this is a silicone rubber tube, and you can it's as simple as just wrapping beads onto it. You can put that bead onto some wire and wrap it right onto the pipe chain. But Neely also has tons of tutorials. If you go to the Silver Silk YouTube channel and on his website, Silver Silk Online, he is a fantastic designer, and you will be so inspired to see all the ways you can use pipe chain, flat mesh, and all of the products he carries.
And then last couple things here, we did another custom trio with Soft Flex. Yes,
fellow Bay Area bead company. They're known for their high quality string wire that comes in amazing colors to match every design you're making.
Yeah, we have the fluorite, the copper, and
the bronze, I think.
No, the blue one is tan. Wait, what is it? Well, the blue one.
That's interesting. I think this is not the.
Oh, I grabbed the wrong one.
This is from January.
Oh my gosh. All right, I don't have it with me. I grabbed the wrong one.
But it is on the website. I think it's copper and a couple colors like fluorite to match this box. You're all good. And then
I just wanted to show off, we have a lot of copper wire options on the website.
Our German style wire in copper, and we also just got in our first bare copper wire. We're gonna have to get that in more gauges. This is the 22 gauge, but the German style is a little bit more work hardened, nice to work with. Comes in 4 gauges, 26, 24, 22, and 20 gauge.
Yeah. So all of these things, the Silver Silk, the sea beads, they're what we call our add-ons. They're what you can pick up on our website to use and make along with your box. Kind of those extra pieces that just makes it really easy to start making with the box.
Yeah. So we're hoping to do a little mini design on the fly with you all while we still have some time during class time today. So if you would indulge us, we'd love to kind of do some bead hang time with you if you're up for it.
I want some of that. You said you had soft touch?
I did grab some soft touch very fine in case Rachel wanted to do some bead weaving.
I don't know. I'm going to try something over here.
We've got lots of copper wire nearby. I'm going to need a little bit more room here.
Yeah.
But it's fun to have the whole box laid out. And I might just start as simply as, for me, this component. And we'll see what Rachel starts to gravitate towards.
This really is design on the fly. I don't think we've thought too much about what we're making.
Oh, not at all. We are coming up with everything as we go today.
Let's see. Oh, and we're gonna have to start cutting open some of these strands, right?
Oh yeah.
So we can use them.
I'm deciding what pairs nicely with these guys. I'm interested to see how some of the bright elements go with the dark elements. Like that already is quite nice to me. So I'm going to start right there. Just jump in with your first idea, y'all. Like, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, I'm just going to get started. I need to first see if, I assume 2 of this can go through this bead twice, but I'm just going to.
Yeah, that very fine soft touch.
I don't think I'll have an issue, but I'm just going to test it out.
Rachel's been doing a lot of bead weaving lately, so
And my current idea is to do something with right angle weave. It's it's such a great stitch, and I'd love to see what I can think of right now. Oh, we can see both. Okay, cool. I'm on the screen.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
So always test your hole sizes. It looks like this is a 20 gauge bare copper wire. It looks like that should work for wrapping up some of these leaves. How much wire do you wrap around? Like I kind of want to do a messy Brio wrap on top of copper on copper.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna cut.
How much of the bead do you want to cover?
Cut a little extra wire, I think, to start, at least 10 inches. So let me do a quick Brio wrap demo for those who are not feeling as good about their Brio wraps or just want a little refresher. Promise the more you do them, easier it gets. I still don't do them perfectly every time. That is okay. So I like to start, especially with bare copper wire, start by just warming it up a little bit, help straighten it out. So I just run my hands through it and makes it just a little bit more malleable. And then I'll thread on my bead, and now we need to decide which side will be our front. So I think I'll have that crystal side be the front.
Oh, nice.
Both sides will be just fine.
Yeah, it'll be reversible.
Y'all are talking about slugs in the comments, and I haven't figured out why yet.
There's always secret conversations.
So you just start by forming a triangle. I just bent it on either side. And we want the triangle to meet in the middle, right above the middle of the bead. That'll help keep things symmetrical. Let's see. And then your long side, you're going to give that a bend so it goes straight up and down and hopefully right in the middle. If it's in the middle, your Brio wrapping should end up being pretty symmetrical. It should do. And then I like to hold onto my triangle with my flat nose pliers. Get this wire bent full 90 degrees so that when I start coiling, it's starts in the right direction. So even see how it wants to start to veer towards the left here. I'm going to come with my finger and press that in so that it's really hugging the wire that it's wrapping around. And so I do like to do 2 full wraps and end in the back so that I can then do the trim on the back as well. Is that Jessie?
No, I don't think so.
So I'm going to tuck in my end. And we can decide how we want to finish off this wrapping. We don't have to do a messy wrap if we don't think it's quite right. I usually do this with a slightly thinner gauge wire. It's a little bit easier to manipulate. Maybe like more like a 22 or 24 tends to be more my go-to. So I'm going to go ahead and bend it 90 degrees right above my coils and then come in to make my loop. So the loop, this is going the right direction right now because it's going to loop into this charm. So I do want my loop coming towards me here. And don't make it too small. Make your life easy when you're trying to attach it. So everyone's going to watch me actually attach it to the component. Right. We're not going to mess that up today. So I'm going to take my loop and open it like a jump ring. Thread on.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
I just cut that right onto the floor.
Uh-oh. Bead box beads are flying.
Can I grab that?
You want some more?
Yeah, I want some more because I just dropped those on the floor.
Rachel's taking my backup box.
All right, I'm going to not... So, when you're cutting your strands, don't do it over the ground. Oh, boy.
All right, let's go ahead and finish that wrap. Let's take a look at it and see if we want to add more wrapping. Yeah, why the heck not? Let's just keep adding more wire.
Oh, I love that you're using the metal component.
Oh, I love them so much. I think we have some more shapes coming for...
Yeah, we do. That'll be part of Tuesday's sale.
Yeah, so we changed things up. We released a lot of the extras early. So here's a little bit more wrapping. It's already looking good. I'm tempted to stop there because it happened to layer really nicely. So maybe I'll follow my gut on this one and just pause. So this is actually the back side. Go ahead. Kind of ended up making one side look a lot nicer and was not the one I meant to, but so we're gonna run with it. If I trim back my wire a little bit, we can get it fine, but we'll leave it as is for now. So first one is done. Should we do a check-in with Rachel?
Yeah, sure.
What are you envisioning over here?
Let me bring it over.
Oh, I feel like I was in the middle of a thought. So I was saying that we have all the extras available now on the website and the app, so you can just shop them. You already know what the beads look like in person, so you can just go snag more of what you want. Oh, you're weaving. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm making a bracelet using right angle weave and extra fine or very fine soft touch soft flex.
Can you show that? Because I think we have that. We come in like trios and single rolls on the shop.
That's what I'm using, and so it's really flexible, so you can do bead weaving techniques like right angle weave. So let's see, I started by putting a bunch of our 4mm drux right in the center, and then also putting a seed bead on both sides, and then I took both of those strands, both ends, and crossed them through this larger bead to create that loop. And I've strung on 5 English cuts on one side, and then I think I want to put some more of the drux on the other side. I'm trying to decide if I should do 4 or 5 because they're slightly larger than so let me see here in terms of length. Yeah, I think I'll try that. It'll be 5 of them on the bottom, 5 of the English cuts, 4 of the drux, and then I'm using those mint seed beads from the palette we made. So I'm going to put one of those on each side. All right, so now my 2 ends here, I'm just going to go through another one of our starburst ovals going in opposite directions to make for my next loop. So I got one going in and then the other one going in the other way. I'll pull that tight.
Oh, wow.
And there we go. Got the next loop of my bracelet. That's my plan.
Oh, cool.
So I think I'm gonna keep
going. Varying the sizes of the loops?
That was just for the ending. I made it like that.
So this would be the standard
This
size.
I think is what I'm gonna keep doing, but I think I'm gonna switch, which is on the top and the bottom.
Oh, cool.
So now I'm gonna put the drux on the bottom and the English cuts on the top. It'll be kind of like a very like wide bracelet. I think will be cool. Oh, but actually I actually like it coming out of the seed bead. So I need to take these strands.
What do you mean by coming out of the seed bead?
Well, right now, like I don't want to just add my beads right now. I want these loops to share the seed bead as well, not just share that starburst.
This is how you know Rachel's been doing lots of wire weaving. of bead weaving, not wire weaving.
Basically 5 minutes before we sat down, I was like, okay, right angle weave, but I hadn't chosen which beads at all. That just happened right now. All right, so now I will add on my English cuts. I'm going to do 5 again. That's 3. 4, 5. And then I'll put the drux on the other side. What a lovely way. It's Friday afternoon right now as we're live. This is such a lovely way to wrap up the week. Just feel creative and inspired. Absolutely. I hope this inspires you as you head into your weekend.
I'm already feeling like I want to make my earrings. I think it's time for a break.
Oh wow, you already got earrings.
Well, you gotta start with an easy win.
Yeah,
get yourself going.
Love that. So now you want like a matching necklace?
I'm gonna start with a bracelet.
Oh, bracelet, nice.
I'm trying to see if I have a bead stopper nearby. I think that bead stoppers are so easy to lose so quickly. But I will just use a bead.
Yeah, use a bead is always an option.
So you can kind of use a stopper bead. Oh, I grabbed the strand. All right, shall we design a bracelet, folks? While we're gonna keep looping on her bracelet. So for a stopper bead, you can just thread it through the bead and bring the end back through. If the bead can take 2 strands, yeah, we're fine. So that just to keep it loose, somewhat loose, that'll hold things in place while we design our bracelet. You guys know that I love a Danielle color block bracelet. So I've already starting to see some beads. Oh, but do I want to save these 5? No, I'll steal more. I'm gotta follow the instinct on this one.
Oh, always.
May I have some seed bead options?
Oh yeah. Which of these? I'm only using this one.
I think the copper 11-Os.
11-Os? Sure.
I love a metallic seed bead. Deb says, why were the lava beads chosen?
Oh, sure. So the lava beads, definitely that texture. I think that all those, the kind of that porous look to them has that aged feel. And we have like a couple like nautical touches, you have that sailboat, and the lava stones actually just really reminded me of like a pier, like on the coast, and how like the wood on the pier, just how that like transforms over time. Another man-made thing that changes from the elements. So it adds a little bit more of that nautical feel. Obviously this isn't a nautical box, but it has a couple of those elements, and it has that aged, worn look to it.
Yeah, totally.
More texture.
Let us know if one of your focals doesn't have a hole, because this for mine doesn't have a hole. So if you let us know, we can be able to fix that for you. We might just add it to your next box or next shipment, because we would like you to be able to use your bead.
I forgot to add the hole to that one.
I'm hoping I'm just the exception here, but I thought I'd mention it in case.
It's not a cabochon.
You could definitely use it as such, but yeah. All right, what beads? I can't actually decide what beads I'm wanting here, but.
Tricky's get over it.
Well, why do you need to come closer?
I don't know, right now.
Oh, okay.
People get really.
Well, I can turn the camera.
Oh, okay. Cool. Right now they were beading with my ear. There we go. Perfect. All
right, Sam, make some sort of decision here. So, all right, I'm just gonna keep adding beads so I can see how they lay.
Are you gonna on the anniversary event with all your friends, all our bead friends joining? Is that going to be a making event, a hanging out event?
Yeah, I think it'll be kind of a mix. We wanted more of a hangout feel, a little chit chat and kind of meet some folks. And I was thinking like some trivia would be fun.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
And I don't know, kind of talk to folks and share what some of their favorite themes have been.
Oh yeah, it'd be fun to like pull up a little slideshow of them, or I don't know.
Yeah,
a little poll or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it'd be fun.
But yeah, I think we should do a little beading on it as well.
And then you'll be designing with Sarah too next week, right?
Yeah. So this event we're talking about is a week from Monday, but this coming Monday, we have a class with Sarah. We're doing a class together. And then the next morning on her Tuesday live, we are going to be designing with this March box.
Cool. Yeah. Plus you're going to go live with Nile. So like all I'm trying to say is there's going to be many opportunities to see ideas of what to make with this box.
Absolutely. Okay, I said color blocking, but I ended up just starting mixing beads together and kind of just because out of curiosity, I wanted to see how things.
Bead soup design.
I'm starting. Usually people end with the bead soup leftovers, but I'm just kind
of
starting.
I love this. Oh,
I haven't
amazing.
decided if I love it, but I'm.
Oh, I do.
I'm intrigued.
What? Yeah, it's almost like a charm bracelet or kind of like found treasures. Oh, I'm into it.
I think I don't like too many things at once.
The chaos is too much for you. Oh, I loved it.
Oh, that's fun. That's good.
That's all right. So many designs are good, are valid.
I think I'm just wanting at least more than just one of some of these smaller beads.
Mm-hmm.
It was like it was jumping from the next idea so quickly. There we go. Already I've kind of just need to be streamlined a little bit more.
And I can show where I'm at with my bracelet, making some progress. Got a few more loops done, so you can kind of see what direction I'm heading. I know I liked the idea of kind of getting to use these in the opposite direction you would think for on a bracelet. Okay, I can't like hold. I'm trying to hold it tight and lay it on my bracelet, but
Can I help?
Yeah. Well, could you hold the two sides? Thank you, and then I can lay it down. Awesome. So that is where I am heading. I'm just going to keep making, and I can show it again, but I'm going to keep making these loops and do the alternating sides.
Oh,
that's so
cute.
fun.
Love that. That says, how does one get the curated seed beads and silver silk items to go with the box? Those are all, we have everything in one collection on the website to make it easy. So if you go to samsbeadbox.com and the collection at the kind of the top of the site right now is Bead Box Extras. You'll see the individual extras in the box, as well as the silver silk and the seed beads, the soft flex, all of those goodies. Should be able to find pretty easily there.
All right, can I go ahead and show the technique again?
Yeah.
Cool. So right now I'm coming out of the seed beads on both ends. I'm going to add 5 of the copper crystal English cuts on one side. Finding the holes on beads. Does that part take the longest? All right, there we go. I've got 5 of those, and I'm doing 4 of the drucks.
Do you want to grab my crystal tray over there?
Yes.
Thank you.
For this design, I'll definitely have enough of the druck since it's an 80-piece strand. I think I definitely will. I don't know. Let's see. I mean, I'm only using 5, so I guess I can have 10 segments of that. So yeah, I think I'll have plenty to do it with just one string, even though we opened 2 by accident. All right, so I'm working from both sides. So this one is getting 4. And then I'm going to add a seed bead on both ends as well. I'm liking how the seed bead, I feel like it just gives it a little bit more of a finished look, having that on either end of the bead of the starburst oval.
Yeah, and really, I like it kind of creates these rows in the bracelet.
Yeah. Okay, so now that both ends have all the beads they need, now I want to bring these together in a loop using my starburst oval. So just going to go through it from both sides.
Trying to measure. I was trying to measure, but not from one. And I was like, that's too much math. All right,
yeah.
My bracelet's about 6
okay,
inches.
So I just pulled that through, and then I also need to put the strands through those seed beads there as well. All right, and that's how you add a loop on this right angle weave bracelet. So I am going to keep adding these loops, and then at the other end, I'll use the drucks again for the end, and I'll just need to add jump rings and a clasp on either side.
Sure, we have the last few minutes.
But
so you only have to crimp it on one end.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do you know much about crimping very fine?
I mean,
can you just knot it, or?
I know Danielle has woven hers in.
Yes,
but
I could.
We did. You can crimp it in as well.
Okay.
It's better to have. It's more meant to go with size 1's crimp beads.
Yeah, smaller size. Okay.
If you put more threads through it, though, it can be a workaround to fill this crimp bead better.
Well, I might go look up some soft flex tutorials. I'm sure they have plenty.
Oh yeah, Sarah's got you covered.
I'll get some tips on how to finish the bracelet, or like that crimp side. Cool. All right, you want to give folks an update on yours?
Yeah, I'm just making a nice simple bracelet over here to kind of see how the beads design up together. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. So I just kind of started layering some different beads next to each other using the 11-0 C beads. And I'm going to come in, I don't know if I have enough nails for this. Okay. With the size 2 2mm crimp bead. If I could not drop them everywhere. Alrighty. And my crimping pliers. And we'll just finish these off nice and easily. I could actually, if I had more thread, if I thought ahead more, I could have used the button and made a loop out of C beads. I don't think I have quite enough for that, so I'm just going to finish it just with some jump rings, and then I can add on a clasp. So I'm going to do the crimping onto my copper jump rings to make it easier on myself for later. And to see kind of what my final length is. Alrighty, so it's a quick basic crimp technique. Put on my crimp bead. And my jump ring. And come right back into your crimp bead with your beading wire. I have to be careful because the other side does not have a bead stopper on it anymore, which makes it a little bit harder to add.
Is there anything I can help with?
Tension. Should be okay. I was just able to tighten up my loop here. And I find I really have to hold that crimp bead in the lower, so I'm using the lower compartment there, the little macaroni looking one. And now is when I like to really separate out my wires as best I can. So I did the first press, then you come up to the upper part of the crimping pliers, and that helps bring your crimp bead together. It also makes it a lot stronger. I usually do the crimp bead right in front of my eye.
So yeah,
when I'm not on camera
is a little harder.
It's a little different this way, but
I've realized all the times I've now done a couple bead weaving a couple times now on videos, and it's way harder to get my tension right. Like I think because I'm not getting to like lift it up and kind of, I'm trying to keep it in frame. It's like my pieces always come out a little looser, and I'm like, all right, that's how it is.
Because how do you usually add your tension?
I don't know, just without having to keep my hands in one place, I can, kind of just pull a little more on the piece, move it around. Yeah, so I am very impressed with all the bead weaving teachers who are able to like keep their like tension right while they're being filmed. It's very impressive.
I'm sure it's a practice thing too. How many C beading classes Danielle taught at this point?
Oh my gosh, every Friday.
That's amazing.
I love how many different techniques we're showing right now. We've shown wire work, stringing, and bead weaving techniques today.
I know. I think this box, I want to do lots of just wire looping with this box. Okay, I wasn't really looking what I was doing with that crimp, and I managed to make it tight. Crimp it really tight onto my jump
wow, that
ring.
is quite a loop there.
It's the world's tiniest loop, but it should work. And if it's just a bracelet for me, I'm okay with that. So one trick, if you want to hide your end as pretty nicely, is that you can put it through your last bead. first start by pulling that through. And then basically we're going to cut it so that it will finish in the next bead, or as best you can. Trim off my other side as well. This is optional. The folks at Softflex also say it's totally fine just to cut your wire. This is much more about trying to hide your second strand.
I'm really appreciating that we include so many sizes of beads.
It's
like, that's making this so easy. It's like, oh, I have 2 small beads that work in this design.
Yeah,
Plus, I mean, that's not even the only small beads.
And that's become more and more intentional as we've made the box. It's like, you really need a good variety.
Yeah, you need that balance. If it was a box of 20 focals, like, what could you make? Like, what would you do? I thought it was only, I mean, 3 millimeters. I mean, maybe that would work if you want to, like, for bead weaving, you can go all small, but we definitely like the mix.
All right, I've got my bracelet crimped, just waiting on its clasp. Got my earrings. How you doing over there?
Good. I'm using my last starburst oval, so I'll have to end the design. I'm going to see how long the design is at this point, and then see if I'll need to add like some sort of extender chain. Or
do you want to measure?
Yeah, I guess so.
And remember, this design also has flexibility. It stretches open a bit. Remember what Kirsten?
Oh, you're right.
Kristen of Softflex talking about that.
All right, let's see where I'm at. Yeah, because this is only a little over 5 inches. I mean, could you hold these 2 tight?
You can stretch it.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. And it looks like it could get up to like maybe 5 3/4. Say 5.5. So it's like 5 to 5.5 length. You can let go. Thank you. I need it like 7.5 for my wrist. So I still need like 2 inches. I mean, I'm going to have another 1/2 inch with this. It looks like you're going to
have to order some merch extras, Rachel.
No, I'm not. Well, I could obviously, but I think what I'm going to do, I still think it'll go around my wrist enough that it'll be very pretty. And then I might just wire wrap a couple beads at the end.
Oh, okay.
I'd rather them be, I don't think I want them in the weaving design. I think I'll make it like its own pattern at the bottom.
Fun. Oh, well, I hope this gives you a couple ideas to get you going. We still obviously have so many beads we still get to try out. I have so much soup already here and so much potential. So that is our March anniversary box unboxing and mini design on the fly.
Yeah, this is cool. I like doing this.
Little 20 minutes, see what we can come on. I mean, I'm in the mood now. I could go make stuff all day, but we are going to go ahead and wrap up here for today.
Cool. I'll just lay this. Can I just lay this out next to yours? The final shots. Here we go. That's what we were able to do in less than half an hour. So, I mean, 2 people, but still. So I hope that inspires you to start making with your box this weekend if you've already have the box, or you can grab some of these items on our site.
Lovely. Yeah. Everything at samsbeadshop.com or on the Sam's Bead Shop app. And we hope to get to see you on Tuesday morning with Sarah. We'll be designing with the box, and then Tuesday evening for our Bead Box Celebration Sale. So not only will we have these extras, but since those are already available, we also have, say, some of our favorite colors.
I've got the sailboat medallion in a couple more colors. I've got the starburst ovals in some like really cool new colors. Like I've got some more of these Greek metals.
I know I have Prehnite and Lava Stone in more colors. We have the Greek metals in more shapes. So lots. If you like, kind of want to be able to add more to your collection for the March box, definitely come check out Tuesday's live sale. So you mark your calendars for 5 p.m. Pacific on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Give you a little reminder that a awesome live sale is coming your way. And for now, just check out samsbeadshop.com. We've got lots of lovely bead supplies to keep you inspired.
And also samsbeadbox.com if you want to join our subscription.
Yeah, code VIP and the number 5. VIP number 5 gets you $5 off your first month. We've been telling folks, Rachel said we only have a couple dozen March boxes left. That's because all of our new slots have almost been taken. We don't have new slots opening until the May box. So this April box is the last one before that. We likely will run out of spots for April. This is kind of that in-between month where we're not sure if we're going to have to cut off subscriptions. So if you're like waiting to subscribe or whatnot, definitely do it early, because I don't want you to miss out on the April box. The last time we ran out of slots, we didn't end up having almost any extras.
Yeah, I think we had like 5.
Because we were out of slots. So definitely grab those slots while they're available. If you're already subscribed, you don't need to do anything. It will automatically renew on March 20th. It's like evening of the 19th. So in just a couple of days, you will renew for the April box. So make sure you have the right credit card on file. I'm just going to shout out so we don't get too many emails. We always get emails about this. To update your credit card on file, go to samsbeadbox.com, log in, and then you need to scroll to the credit card section. Don't go to your subscriptions and try to edit the credit card there. You have to go to your account and scroll to credit cards, and that's where you can edit the credit card on file. That's kind of the most common question we get. But of course, if you need us, Jessie is a wonderful help, and you can email us hello@samsbeadshop.com, and we will help you out. Everyone,
thank you so much for hanging out with us, for working with the anniversary box with us. It's been a lot of fun.
This has been super fun, and we hope you just have a blast designing with the March box. That's what we're here for, just so you just have those fun moments in your life that are just like your time to make beautiful things. So have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you soon.
Bye, everyone.